Alright, we're going to make this one pretty quick and simple. This is for those of you who want to make a little bending jig and don't have a welder. You need a 1, 2, 3 block, a vise, and shoulder bolts. Just got these at the hardware store. 1, 2, 3 blocks. If you're any kind of fabricator, you have to have them. You need them. You need dozens of them. They're super cheap on eBay. They don't even need to be so super precise that they come in a little box and then that you pull them out because you're a fancy machinist. You can just use these for woodworking. You know, you can use them for plastics fabrication. You can use them for everything. They're exactly 2 inches by 1 inch by 3 inch, and they make great layout blocks. Anyway, some of the holes are threaded. You can thread others if you want. You just take a shoulder bolt, put it in there, and the way this is threaded, if I need a gap that's that big, if I need a bigger gap, or if I need to close that gap. And you can get different results that way. So we'll just take some 1/4 inch round bar, and there you go. Simple bending jig, no welding required. Right? Works the same with flat. Now, when you're using a jig like this, you're the fulcrum. Most tools that are bending tools, you know, there'll be a pushing thing here, or you can even use a pin, you know, if you wanted to, you know, if you needed to get certain kind of leverage in a certain way. Another cool thing about using the shoulder bolts is you can use these bushings to sleeve over them, and the great thing about that is now I can close that gap even more. And if you need to roll a radius, now all of a sudden you can roll this back and forth easier on these bearings or on these bushings. Let me show you how tight a gap you can get. So if you just wanted to shim a piece of sheet metal in there and get a nice tight bend, see, that's about 16 gauge will fit in there. So now all of a sudden you've opened your possibilities up to changing the diameter of your radius just by using different roll diameters. And because, you know, you have all the different bolt hole patterns, you can actually you can technically put larger bushings or bearing guides. You can even start sleeving over PVC or whatever, and then you can get, you know, all kinds of things accomplished without having a welder. See? Very cool, huh? What the? Oh, oh, come on. Harbor Freight, fuck. Ugh. Well, that's what you get for $30, huh? That's why they call it cheese grade. Well, that's crappy cast iron right there. Well, that's the difference between a $300 vise and a $30 vise. $300 vise is made in America out of ductile iron, has 6,000 psi, and it actually has some give and some bend. It would never just work itself apart just like that. So there you go. Now I got to get a new vise. So if anybody's in the market for a vise, and you actually plan on using it for anything other than just lightly holding something, get an American-made one. The Wilton brand is a step up of the Harbor Freight. Still made in China. It's made of a different kind of cast iron. It's 40,000 psi. It's probably good for most people, but I think I'm going to upgrade to a Yoast. They're made in America, 60,000 psi, ductile steel, and from what I understand, they have a lifetime warranty. So, yeah. Wow, this just sucks. I'm gonna have to got myself a boat anchor. Yeah.